What's up, YouTube? Classic 1333 coming to you live from an unknown location. I'm not going to say where I'm from. Well, you know where I'm from. Indiana. We'll just say that. So, I'm coming to you live with a special video. Not really a not really a super special video, but, yeah. So, I got informed that I've achieved 100 subscribers. So, that's pretty awesome. At some point, I'll probably put, on one of my videos, thanks to, and I'll type up the list and thank all you guys individually. So I'd like to thank you all for subscribing and watching my videos. Sometimes my videos are awesome and, sometimes they're not, but I try. So I didn't really have like a specific topic I wanted to talk about today. I mostly just wrote down a bunch of random stuff. So basically I'm just going to kind of talk about a few things, obviously wrestling related. And we'll go into it. So, before I talk about anything going on WWE TNA related, you guys know that I made that wrestling video back in the day, like it was a few months ago. It was like idea to turn MVP face. Yeah. Well, occasionally somebody watches that video and leaves me a comment, MVP is a face. So, I know that, That is something I already knew. So I made that video a few months ago. I don't delete it because I like the video, so yeah. So, to anybody that watches that video and wants to leave me a comment that, MVP is a face, I know that. So, moving on. So, I thought I would talk about how TNA took Don West off commentary and they put Taz on it. Best freaking idea that company has ever done. Those guys, that company. Best idea they've done. I've wanted this guy off commentary since, the whole beginning of TNA. I remember, I think I was watching the Best of AJ Styles DVD, the first one that came out. And, I forget who AJ was wrestling at the time, but Don West was doing commentary, I think, with, Vince Russo and Mike Today or something. And he's like, $9.95? Are you kidding me? Because that was back when they had their weekly pay-per-view events or whatever. It was that was the stupidest thing anybody could have said on commentary. $9.95? Are you kidding me? I can understand you being excited about the match or whatever, but if you're gonna say something during the match, promote something in the match, be like, did you see that move? That was amazing, or even something like that, I mean, yeah, I know Don West is not a big color commentator, he never did it before, but I used to back here wrestle with my buddies, and, I knew some names of the moves, and I would generally talk wrestling related. And yeah, I didn't have, any experience beforehand, but, as a wrestling fan, most people could figure out something to talk about, so. But yeah, Don West has always just been kind of a shopping guy, kind of buy this, because it'll improve your life or whatever. But, so, congrats to Don West on his whole, promotion and the marketing thing. That's his thing, but as a commentator, I'm glad he's gone. Taz is, way better than him. Taz knows moves, knows how wrestling is, been in the business. It's gonna give, it's gonna, not only is it gonna make the commentary more interesting, but it's gonna, actually feel like a little bit more of, a wrestling show. It's gonna make me want to tune in more to watch it, because I can listen to these guys talk more than TNA and West, It was somewhat of a discouraging to want to watch TNA with TNA and West talking. So, but TNA and Taz works. So TNT, they're dynamite. Okay. So next topic. Anybody know what happened to Festus? I haven't seen him on TV in the last few weeks. Did he get released? Is he in FCW training or something? So I'm not really a gigantic Festus fan, but I don't even know. I don't want to say he was a real talented guy, but he was alright. I watched this match, my favorite match that he was in that I can remember was he had a singles match against The Undertaker, on SmackDown, back when SmackDown was on, it's not my network TV. What is it? UPN. Yeah, when it was on UPN. So, but yeah, anybody know what happened to him? I'm just curious. And I thought of a way that, they could release the whole, him being slow, retarded-ish type gimmick. Just have him, team up with Jesse or something, and and then they lose the match, and then after the match, like, he just, like, you hear, like, a bell ring or something, and, it, like, instead of, like, you know, they're like, well, you know, who rang the bell or something? Just have him kind of, like, sneak out behind the stage or something, ringing his own bell, and just being like, I'm tired of this gimmick of being stupid. You know how many ass kickings I've taken from you? Blah, blah, blah. Just beat the crap out of Jesse, and just turn him heel or something. Give him something to do, you know? So, just an idea for Festus if they ever want to take him off that, you know, stupid character of his. So, next topic, Gail Kim. This is kind of like something my buddy Radius2X said in the last video. Kind of said, you know, he feels that Gail Kim kind of like isn't up in the par standards of being a #1 contender. I kind of agree with them a little bit. I am a Gail Kim fan, but I've kind of noticed in WWE, it's like some of her matches have really been kind of hit and miss lately. You know, as opposed to TNA, she always had a great matchup. Maybe it's kind of like, you know, let's face it, maybe like the TNA Knockouts are better women wrestlers than WWE's women's division, but I don't know if like that's what it is or what, but it just does seem kind of like she's missing something just a little bit. But otherwise, you know, I'm a Gail Kim fan, and hopefully, you know, she'll get her way up, you know, up to the top, but you never know, McMahon might not push her because she was a TNA knockout, you know, so. But yeah, just some thoughts on that. Speaking of knockouts, I was kind of curious what your guys' thoughts, guys, or maybe if any girls actually watch this video, what your thoughts are on the Knockouts tag team division that they're doing in TNA. I'm for it. I think, you know, besides the tag team matches being exciting, it could also build to some singles feuds. I think that's what they might do with Awesome Kong and Raichi Saeed, because I noticed, like, on TNA, I think it was a couple weeks ago, you know, Saeed kind of stole the pin from Kong, and Kong was kind of ticked off about it, so I'm guessing they're going to go do something with that. So, besides being entertaining tag team match-wise, it could probably also help, you know, maybe even with feuds or something, you know. So, I'm for it. I think it'll work for them. And they have a lot of female wrestlers, too. So, another knockout I like a lot that haven't seen her, like, wrestle too much, but what I've seen I like is Alyssa Flash. Like, I don't know, something about her I like. So, I liked her matches with Sarita that they had. Good stuff. Another kind of question for you. Who's your favorite commentating team in the WWE? If you had to ask me who my favorite is, I would say probably Matt Striker and Josh Matthews. It's not even so much that like Josh Matthews is an interesting commentator, but whenever they talk about stuff, it's always kind of like fresh, you know? Yeah, they kind of have like the whole generic, you know, pushing the product of the whole WWE thing. Kind of what all the commentators have now. But I think their stuff is kind of like, you know, different. You don't hear it too often. You know, it's not like repetitive like Michael Cole, you know, and boring.
Nobody cares about Michael Cole! Nobody cares about Michael Cole!
So, oh, the sound of steel is more impressive than Michael Cole. You gotta admit that was more impressive. So, anyway, moving on. We're going to talk about Shelton Benjamin, how to turn him face. Like, I think WWE's been trying to turn him face lately on ECW. So, I've been saying for a long time, you know, put him with the manager, you know, give him some better, you know, have the manager do something, speak some mic skills or something. So, other than the whole mic skills thing, or pairing it with the manager, here was my ideas. With my manager idea, why not pair him with, like, a female diva? Be his manager, because, you know, obviously, you know, the diva's real pretty, sexy looking, the crowd's going to be, you know, checking her out and being like, yeah, Shelton's awesome. At least, you know, got to come out with her or something. So, they could do kind of like a Tess Stacy Keibler type deal, because, like, you remember, like, how Tess was, like, a fan favorite for a while, you know, when he had Stacy in his corner. That was even before he took a big heel turn with that whole thing. But that's an idea that they could do. Another idea, they could team Shelton with Goldust. You know, the gold standard, you know, with Goldust. You know, golden tag team. Something like that. They could feud with Soviet domination.
There will be no stopping. It's when you go harder than somebody, man. It's my head. It's